playing one of the presumably weaker players in the tournament. That should be.
And now Gukesh plays queen c2, checking the king, attacking the pawn. With all these pawns being split on islands, no longer being connected, this position is simply lost for Magnus no matter what he does. Just to explain what I mean by split pawns, if you could get these pawns rolling up the board, say somehow, I don't know, let me just set this up randomly, you get some position like this, for example, with all these pawns connected, they can escort each other down the board potentially, and there are some hopes for a miracle. These pawns are all split. The pawns on the a file are going nowhere. There's a rook on this file, which will always stop the pawns. So if Gukesh can capture the pawn on c6, that will be all she wrote.
Wow. A lot of things happen. Well, things happen, and it's not good for Magnus.
Wait a minute.
It's not good for Magnus, the way this is, yeah. Before? Oh, my God. That sounds something wrong, you know. That's you don't play before. You don't play before. No, that's Magnus. No. Just I don't want you to look at it. You don't play before.
You don't play before?
No, you don't play, period. You don't.
Why? Sorry. That would be nice. Queen takes c2 and knight to d4.
Okay, fine.
Resignation. Gukesh. Wow.
So that's yeah. You don't play before.
First reaction.
Big. Look, very important day. Yes, I think it's the.
Magnus with this move goes down to 1:35 and blunders. Rook c5, counterpunch. Now he probably saw that coming, which is why he gave a check. But after king back to g8, which is deemed a miss, but this is just game review being annoying, it's a big problem for white, who moves his rook to the wrong square. But it's just not going to get there. Queen d7, but here comes knight e3. The rook is hanging. Queen g2 is there. Rook d2, check here. And Gukesh comes back with his knight. Knight c6, rook a5. Rook e5 is coming, and Magnus resigns. Gukesh ended this game with a full 10-minute turnaround on the clock.
No, I've played kind of poorly the whole tournament, and this time I got soundly punished. I think, I had a very, very nice position. He took his chance to open out the position with c6. After that, it was a little bit like earlier where, I get short of time and I cannot really handle it that well. He found a lot of really, really good moves, and I think he did that part very well. I think I had one kind of last chance at some point to bail out to something that was very, very drawish. And I thought, well, let's continue playing. And then a couple of moves later, I was pretty hopelessly lost. Life doesn't have to be bad, even if I play some poor chess games.
Personally, what does this mean to you?
Yeah, like beating Magnus is always special for sure, and I think this also gives like a bit more confidence in a sense that like I just had a horrible position from the opening. I just mixed up something really bad, and then and then it's nice that like 2 losing positions in a row I could win against Magnus. So
Gary was here in the studio with us and asked him sort of the same question at this point, and he said he would bet on you at this point, just because you were playing your moves, you were making your decisions much more confidently, it felt.
yeah, it's just a much easier position to play with black, especially in rapid, I think so. And I think e4 was I mean he took some time here. Yeah, it took like 3 minutes here, and I was kind of expecting rook c3 or rook c5. And against both e4 was quite strong. So I could play it immediately.
You played it fast.
Yeah, because I had already calculated it. So